Welcome back to Crypto Wealth channel, guys, where we're going to discuss about news the most of the video, and we're going to mention a little bit about price, but there is not much to talk about price in general because stagnation is real, and we're going to see some altcoins where we have also stagnation, and we're not going to hold ourselves a lot there, but we are going to read some news that will benefit you and will in some sort of a way give you a proof that the Bitcoin will rise eventually, and also some negative news, of course, in the crypto space in general. And now let's begin. So as we can see on the daily chart, we are still below $7,400 on the daily chart, and if we switch on the hourly chart, we can see only that after this consolidation pattern, which is actually continuation pattern from the bearish side, which means if the price is coming from the upside in this pattern, it doesn't mean it will go up, it does mean it will break on the bearish side, and actually did it. And as we can see, we are now in the bearish rectangle, which also represent some kind of a continuation pattern to the downside, and also here we should potentially expect some kind of a breakout on the downside. Why? Because one of the reason is $7,400 level of resistance that is giving us pretty hard time over here, and also the line that is giving us a resistance from the upside to the downside on this rectangle. And if we bring some EMAs, they are all actually above the price, which is not good. They're representing pretty good level of resistance over there. And now let's jump into CoinMarketCap and see what is going on there. If we head over to the CoinMarketCap, we can see that nothing happened over here in the past 24 hours since we uploaded that video yesterday, so you can watch it also and see that the stagnation is real and people are becoming very impatient. The volume itself on the all exchanges on the Bitcoin, since this is not correct, is around $200 million, which is nothing, and the manipulation is very easy to occur up on or on the down. It doesn't matter. Bitcoin could potentially surge to the 6,000 or surge to the 10,000. Doesn't mean a thing because the volume is small and the manipulation is very easy. That's very important to say and to know and have in consideration if you are going to trade or buy Bitcoin. If you are buying for the long term, that doesn't have any matter at all because you are here in a long term, and I hope so I'm right. And now let's jump into some news, very interesting news, to see what is going on in crypto world. We're going to go one bad news, one good news, so we can hold our emotions on good path. Vitalik supports petition to free arrested blockchain developer.
Seriously, good luck marrying me.
Now, we did talk about this, but we will reread it again so you can remind yourself what is going on. Griffith, a 36 years old US citizen living in Singapore, was arrested at the Los Angeles International Airport on November 29th and is said to be charged with conspiring to violate the International Emergency Economic Powers Act.
Damn! Damn it, I knew he was gonna catch us, man. Shut up.
In declaring his support of Griffith, Buterin prefaced his arguments by disclosing a conflict of interest. Insofar as Griffith is a friend of his, he also underscored that the Ethereum Foundation had provided no assistance to his trip and was not affiliated with Griffith's personal decision, one that Buterin claims many counseled against. This notwithstanding, he wrote, "Geopolitical open-mindedness is a virtue. It's admirable to go to a group of people that one has trained since childhood to believe is a maximum evil enemy and hear out what they have to say. The world would be better if more people and all sides did that. I really do not intend to mix myself into these political problems between North Korea and USA because I am not USA citizen and I do not like to comment those kind of stuff that is going on political scene. But I think in this one, Buterin has right to say something like this, because I think that the Griffith did not have any sort of bad thoughts to do anything bad, and I do not think that he did anything wrong over here, but by the law he actually did, and they are going to charge him for violate the International Emergency Economic Power Act as read here. But I am very interesting to see how this man will end up. We need to see and follow this news in the further process. And now let's jump into another news. Hodlers are insane. 64% of Bitcoin supply has not moved since 2018 bear market. BTC investors shun risk and short-term gains. Of the roughly 18 million bitcoins which have been mined, 11.58 million or 64% of the supply has stayed in the same wallet since 2018. Hard money mentality. Such a trade fits Bitcoin's characteristics as a hard money, a currency with a fixed supply and emission schedule which no central authority can manipulate. This is actually what we need in the crypto space. According to the data, the amount of the main BTC as a percentage of the total supply has sharply increased in recent years. The trend has remained intact during both bull markets and bear markets, signaling a desire among investors to save rather than spend regardless of profitability. You have this article to read rest on the Cointelegraph, but as you can see, this is very important that hodlers are still hodling regardless of the bull or the bear market, because mentality will be stronger when more bulls come into the space and price starts to rise. Why? Because if we remain this hodler mentality until the halving and maybe year after that, on the long term, this pressure on the price from miners will reduce from 12 bitcoins to 6.25 bitcoins, which means that the price will rise if hodlers remains like this or even better. And plus we have inflation reduced for the 50% from currently pressure, and this is very important to know that the bullish days are yet to come. And now let's jump into one more news. Vertcoin 51% attack motive uncertain as hackers lose up to $4,000. Vertcoin forked off from Bitcoin BTC in 2014 and experienced a major attack in December last year, during which hackers stole funds worth $100,000. This time, however, it appears the exploit was much less successful. Based on the market prices during the attack's preparation and the difficulty of the blocks the attacker produced, we estimate the attacker spent between 0.51 Bitcoin to perform the attack, Lovejoy explained. As a result, the hackers appear to have come out with a net loss of between 0.06 Bitcoin, which is around approximately $500, let's say, and 0.56 Bitcoins, which is around approximately $4,000. The total value of the block's reward the attack received is 13,825 ETC, which is 0.44 bitcoins. Given the attack way likely not profitable to perform based solely on block rewards, the motivation for the attack is not certain. As we can see, this is also good news that the attacker suffered at least once when we had such attacks or hacks, whatever. And now let's jump into some other news. One more news that is just worth of mentioning, but if you are interested in it, you can read it on our Instagram page or on Cointelegraph directly. OneCoin website goes offline as net closes in on 4 billion Ponzi scheme. This scheme is slowly coming to the end, and we will see what is going to happen with all the funds and the arrested people that were involved in something like this. My favorite and best news for today: SoftBank releases debit cards with built-in blockchain wallet.
Yes! What's wrong with you? What you screaming for? Every 5 minutes there's something, a bomb or something? I'm leaving.
crypto storage and further expansion. Consumers can use the integrated blockchain wallet as both cold and hot digital currency storage and check balance related information in real time. Currently, the card is available exclusively in Japan. However, SoftBank plans to roll out their product in Southeast Asia, South Korea, and United States and Dubai in the future. So we are in Europe are not going to probably have such cards, but we do have Coinbase cards, which is pretty much the same thing. And this is very good and bullish news because, as we can see, Bitcoin and other digital assets as the Ethereum, Cardano, Stellar, and the rest of the top 20 and maybe even further slowly are spreading towards the world and mass adoption, which means that you can literally buy coffee and rest of the goods with such debit cards that we have on Coinbase and now here on this SoftBank. This is very good. 10 years ago you couldn't have something like this. This did not exist, right? 4 years ago also, when Bitcoin was still on growth to these levels of price, we did not have such a cards. This is happening very fast, and this is very good because mass will adopt Bitcoin very fast and much faster than if it's going to the traditional way of pump and dump on the price of the Bitcoin or some other assets. Also very interesting and good news, very worth to put 2 minutes aside and read it. You can read it on our Instagram page also, or directly on Cointelegraph itself. And we're gonna wrap up this video with a little bit unfortunately bad news for the XRP community. Ripple transfers 1 billion XRP tokens from escrow wallet and back again.
Oh, you better be joking.
Well alert, the ever vigilant live tracker for cryptocurrency transaction noted that Ripple transferred a total of 1 billion XRP tokens from its escrow wallet on December 2nd, so this happened yesterday. The blockchain-based payment firm moved a massive amount of tokens in 2 separate transactions worth around 219 million in total as of press time. Interestingly, the company transferred the exact same amount of tokens back into escrow only 7 minutes later, this time in 3 separate transactions. Is Ripple crashing the token price? This isn't the first time that Ripple has executed such enormous transactions. The practice has raised concerns among the Ripple community as some of its members fear that Ripple is dumping XRP and crashing the token's price. Multiple partnerships have no effect on XRP price. I'm not going to read this news, but this is so true because I'm reading a lot about XRP partnerships, and we are not uploading them on the Instagram page, not because we are in hate about XRP company or whatever. It's because there is no effect on price and there is nothing to put out worthy. So as you can see, all the partnership situation, I mean not only XRP, other coins also, whenever we have some kind of news, we do not have some actions on price. As you know, this is nothing special and nothing interesting to be worried about, but when the main road of cryptocurrency hits the road, then we can see the good news in the space will actually move price on the upside, and when we have bear market, the bad news could also affect the push price even down. But if you're a good trader, if you're a good investor, if you have good mentality, if you're watching our videos about trading, how to become a better trader, how to use the bears and bulls in the both ways to earn, then you know that the red or green on the market is good, because you can always earn money when the price is going up, when the price is going down, if you know what you're doing, if you are good and learned trader. So that should be it for today, guys. Please follow us on Instagram page. We are still inactive on the Twitter, but I'm going to active that account also there, but you can follow us there in advance so we can begin to have some kind of conversation there. Also, do let us know in the comment section down below, what do you think about all these news? Are you bullish, are you bearish, and what do you think about our channel also in general? Please hit that subscribe and like button, it means a lot. And until the next video, happy trading and goodbye.